Happy New Year, everyone, and good evening. Welcome to Elmhurst College in R.A. Fagel Hall. I'm Tim Calderwood with you as the CCIW season opens. Elmhurst College will welcome North Park University in a doubleheader of action, beginning with the women here tonight. Elmhurst in the midst of a 7-game homestand that will conclude this weekend with a matchup against Wheaton College Saturday evening at 5:30. Upcoming schedule is available for you on elmhurstbluejays.com. Elmhurst enters the contest tonight with a record of 9-2. The Blue Jays, however, missed an opportunity to extend their season-long winning streak on Friday, falling here at home to Loras College 74-67. It stopped what was a 5-game win streak. Elmhurst finished the non-conference portion of the slate with a record sitting at 9-2. Starting lineups are being introduced here at Elmhurst as the Blue Jays prepare to take on the Vikings tonight. North Park sits 6-5. They look to continue making steps forward under third-year head coach Amanda Reese. Vikings, as we mentioned, are over 500 this season. They had a 4-game win streak stop last time out. And we'll try to start the CCIW portion of the schedule out on a strong note here as well. So glad you're alongside for the opening of conference play. All of the work in October, November, and December leads to this, the start of the CCIW slate for both of these squads. Elmhurst gathering for the final instructions. Let's meet the starters for North Park. Shayna Yalda, 5'3", junior out of Des Plaines. Dana Christensen, a 5'8", junior out of Porter, Indiana. Sarah Peterson, 5'11", forward, a junior hailing from Eagan, Minnesota. Kamoria Acree, a sophomore out of Carbondale, Illinois. And Roxanne Jones, who is a senior from Chicago. For the Blue Jays, not a whole lot different to the starting lineup for this one as Elmhurst comes out with Devin Vaughn, a 5'9", sophomore out of North Aurora, flanked by Tess Godhart, a freshman from Hinckley, Illinois. Jordan Maisto, a sophomore from St. Charles. Megan Merklin, who is second in the CCIW in scoring, a senior out of Plainfield. And Megan Ney down in the post, the senior from Carroll Stream. Tethny Carrillo, the head coach of the Blue Jays. The ball is in the air and we're underway. Elmhurst will open with possession. Right away it's Megan Merklin dribbling into the corner and easing up. Merklin passing on a 3, opting to move, skipping towards Ney out of her reach and a turnover to open play. 10 seconds into the first half here from Elmhurst College tonight. The men's contest will come your way at 7:30, also against North Park to open the CCIW slate. Sarah Peterson working right. Acree with the ball above her head. On the move is Yalda. Easing up. Shot clock half gone for the Vikings. With a lot of balance on their roster. Leading scorer is Sarah Peterson at 9.9 points per game. And here is Peterson floating one up in the lane. The running 8-footer is short. And Megan Merklin clears out as Elmhurst records a one and done on the first North Park possession. So we're scoreless coming on to a minute into the first half. Nice backdoor cut. Megan Ney wide open. And Devin Vaughn easily able to record the assist. Devin Vaughn is the CCIW leader in assists. 2-0 Elmhurst lead, 1 minute in. Yalda will try the 3 for the lead. Bingo. Shayna Yalda perfect over her season average. The junior averaging only 2.3 points per ball game coming into the matchup here today. Godhart backing her way in the lane, turning around, swish. Boy, what an addition Tess Godhart has been to Elmhurst as a freshman coming out of Hinckley Big Rock High School, where she won a pair of state championships. Second leading scorer on the Blue Jays at 11 points per ball game. 4-3 Elmhurst in front. Driving baseline. It's Acree who converts. 5-4 North Park back in front. Now North Park snapped Elmhurst's win streak in the series last year. North Park leads the all-time series 38-28. Elmhurst, though, 7-3 over the last 5 seasons. saw a 7-game win streak end last year with a rout at North Park, 75-50, as North Park hit on 11 three-pointers, shooting 73% from bonus distance. The Vikings up 1 with a shot clock at 10 for Yalda, crisscrossing on the right side. Up high towards Acree, moving right, shot clock down to 5. Acree will take to the basket, too strong. Merklin swats at the rebound, and it's out of bounds. North Park resets with 17.5 to play. Dana Christensen inbounding towards Acree, who has returned to North Park this year. Acree, just a sophomore with the Vikings, but did not play last year after a freshman season in which she was a second-team member of the CCIW All-Conference squad. 15 to work with for the Vikings. Christensen looks up and is surrounded. Maisto and Vaughn come to pressure, and just tossing it off the heels of Devin Vaughn and into the Elmhurst bench. Maisto and Vaughn just made a shield of Christensen. Down to 5 for North Park. Yalda at the elbow. Back towards Peterson, who walks. First North Park turnover of the ball game. Hands it back to the Blue Jays with 17:02 to play in the first half. Elmhurst down 1 at 5-4. For the Elmhurst, the lineup features 2 point guards. Maisto, one of those, was handling the point momentarily. Devin Vaughn with the ball in her hands, presently the other. Vaughn lost it. Takeaway for Roxanne Jones, 1-on-2, changing course. 6-footer is no good. Follows it up with a second attempt. That's no good either. Tess Godhart reaches in, and instead of a jump ball, will be whistled for a foul. First foul on Godhart. First foul of the game from either side. 16:38 first half. North Park up 1. Christensen underneath for Acree, and Devin Vaughn with a block. Vaughn's a pretty lanky point guard at 5'9", has some size, and actually ranks in the top 10 in the conference in shot blocks. Here's Merklin with a second chance, in and out. Rebound still free. Yalda will collect. It's a 3-on-3, and Yalda will slow it up. Peterson. One dribble to her left. Still a lot of time for North Park here. Acree back out towards Christensen, and around the arc we go. Yalda will utilize the screen. Throw it up towards the rack short. Godhart comes away. Godhart trying to lead a 3-on-2. Godhart head up, skips towards Vaughn, right corner. And now it's Ney in the paint. Back towards Godhart from 17, no. Vaughn fighting for the rebound. Away comes Acree. 3-on-2. Acree around Godhart, who couldn't set, and a block is called. 2 fouls on Tess Godhart will land her on the bench here in the first half with 15:36 to play in the half. Godhart with both fouls on the board. Nikki Schaefer will come take her place. Antoinette Coleman in for North Park. Coleman, one of the seniors on what is still a relatively young North Park squad. Only 2 seniors in total, Coleman and Roxanne Jones. It was Coleman into the act, trying the 17-footer. It's long. Megan Merklin boxes out. Devin Vaughn will lead the charge to a posting Ney, who's pushed from behind by Jones. North Park picked to finish 6th in the CCIW this year, making strides into third-year head coach Amanda Reese, who has a lot of freshmen on the roster. Very large recruiting class this year. 7 freshmen in total for North Park. As Megan Merklin will put Elmhurst in front. 15-15 first half. First points for Merklin in the ball game. Here's Jones working on McMahon, up and under move. McMahon may have caught a piece. We talked about the freshman presence of Tess Godhart. Fiona McMahon has really been the 6th player into the lineup for Elmhurst, and she's into the act on the offensive end as well. McMahon at 7.5 points per ball game and 6.9 rebounds a contest as well. He's a highly touted freshman, 6'1", out of St. Charles, played at St. Francis High School, very strong girls basketball program here in suburban Chicagoland. And a foul 23 feet away from the basket with Acree on the move. Two bodies at the scorer's table for North Park. That's another thing about the Vikings that Amanda Reese has really worked on, and that is improving the depth of the roster. Becca Heimsath is in, likewise with Dominique Williams. Dima Thompson in there as well. It's Heimsath on the baseline. 8-7. Elmhurst in front. Here's Maisto, coast to coast, push from behind. Jordan Maisto just turned on the Jets. Blew right past her defender. And the foul is on Antoinette Coleman. That is her first. And Jordan Maisto will make her way to the line. Look for tempo of this ball game to be perhaps one of the biggest deciding factors in the matchup. North Park is fourth in the CCIW in points allowed. Elmhurst is third, both in the 55 range. But North Park, meanwhile, eighth in the conference in points per game at 63.5, whereas Elmhurst sits second. If Elmhurst is able to dictate the pace in this one, it could be a long evening for North Park in the CCIW opener. Maisto is good on both free throws, and it's Elmhurst by 3. Bridget Gray picks up her dribble. No starters on the floor for North Park currently. Lob pass underneath towards Thompson, who's denied. And once again, it's Maisto leading the break. Devin Vaughn will pull up for 3, short. McMahon swats at the rebound. It's still loose. Coleman brings it in. Coleman on the run. Coleman pulls up in transition off the glass, no. And Megan Merklin will one-arm it to herself. Schaefer along the baseline, skips over towards an open Vaughn, who hits from 15. First points for Devin Vaughn in the ball game. Elmhurst has hit on 5 of its first 10 shots tonight. Backdoor cut, open underneath is Dominique Williams, who couldn't finish. It'll stay with North Park. Seen a lot of backdoor activity here in the first 6+ minutes of the matchup. A lot of standing around presently, though, as Williams looks to inbound towards Coleman. All by herself and runs into Schaefer. Team foul number 4. It is the first on Nikki Schaefer. Elmhurst up 5. Coleman will curl out. Wait for Williams to emerge. Williams, shy of the elbow, hits. Timeout Elmhurst. 30-second timeout for the Blue Jays with even 13 minutes to play in the first half. Early look at the numbers for this one. Elmhurst with an edge on the glass, 8-7 over North Park. That's another thing to keep your eye on throughout the course of the evening. Both teams during non-conference play sat right in the middle of the CCIW in terms of rebound margin. Elmhurst, 3.7 difference. North Park a 3.3, both on the positive side, 4th and 5th respectively. Of course, when you get into the CCIW portion of the schedule, that's when every team faces each other. Once had a head coach tell me, you know what? I don't really look at the numbers from non-conference because you never really know who's playing who. You look at some teams who schedule top non-conference play as Merklin receives the entry pass and cannot finish. Then there's the opposite spectrum, which is I want wins during non-conference. I think you saw Elmhurst play a relatively balanced non-conference schedule. They beat Coe to open the year, who was in the Sweet 16 last season. They also lost to Wisconsin Stevens Point, who's presently in the top 10. And then met some fairly mid-level competition as well. Schaefer for 3. Devin Vaughn attempts to follow up, but it's Thompson first on the scene for North Park, who's down 3. Bridget Gray stutter steps, eases out. 12-10 first half. Coleman will pull up. High archer, no good. Fiona McMahon with a rebound. 4th rebound for McMahon already. Elmhurst, quick outlet towards Merklin. No, but a foul coming. Merklin is down on the floor underneath the basket. Helped up by a couple of her teammates. Dima Thompson with a foul, her first. It's the 3rd on North Park. Megan Merklin favoring her right leg, heads to the free throw line. Elmhurst 2 of 2 from the stripe today. On the season, 6th in the conference. 66.8%. Wouldn't know it there, though. Megan Merklin converts on the free throw. Megan Merklin has led Elmhurst in scoring in 8 of the 11 games this year. And she hits both free throws here. 14-9, Elmhurst in front. Coleman attempts to drive, comes back to the right and is denied by Vaughn, who reached in and caught a piece. Devin Vaughn all the way to the basket. No, but helping out is Megan Ney underneath, who is fouled. Annie Shane returning for North Park. So again, some more depth coming for the Vikings. Already used 11 players in the ball game today. 11 and a half to play in the first. Elmhurst up by 5, looking to add to it against the North Park zone. They were in a zone. They switched back to a man here. As Megan Merklin will attempt a three-pointer off to the right. Rebound is tapped out of bounds, and it'll belong to North Park. Officiating crew for this one in the CCIW opener, Randy Fox, Tom Euster, and Bob Jenkins. Standings entering play today. Elmhurst at 9-2, Carthage 9-2. Augustana 8-3, likewise for Milliken. Illinois Wesleyan, kind of a surprising 7-4. Titans have been the dominant force in the CCIW the better part of the last decade. Reached the NCAA's Final Four last year. Wheaton 7-4. They'll be here at R.A. Faggett Hall Saturday night. North Central and North Park 6-5. So not a single team in the CCIW finished with a losing record in non-conference play. Closing in on the midway point of the first half. 10 to work with for North Park. Williams in the corner will rotate it around the arc. Here's Gray on the take, in the lane, too strong. Rebound is volleyballed around, out of bounds, and stays with North Park. Other matchups around the CCIW tonight. Wheaton at Illinois Wesleyan, Carthage at North Central, and Augustana at Milliken. We'll keep tabs on those ball games for you. Earlier this week on Monday, Wheaton destroyed Rockford 83-39 in the first game of 2012. They are the only team who has played in the 2012 portion of the schedule prior to tonight, and we've got an offensive foul. Roxanne Jones re-enters. Becca Heimsath with the foul, her first. That's the 5th against North Park. Devin Vaughn looking to rid herself of Williams. Will flip it towards Schaefer, who backs up. In the lane, McMahon turning around, denied. Sarah Peterson with a piece. But Megan Merklin is there to help out. Merklin off to a strong start for the Blue Jays. 6 points. Almost half of the total on the board for Elmhurst, who is up 7, the biggest lead of the game so far, 16-9. Shane along the baseline, no good. Megan Ney underneath. Ney's productivity has dropped on the offensive end. Part of that due perhaps to the emergence of Tess Godhart, the freshman for Elmhurst. But a rebound total has been up. She's the CCIW leader in rebounds entering play for this conference opener. Shot is at 10. Merklin backing up. Here's Vaughn trying the lane. Back to Merklin, and 3 seconds. It's not the first time this year Fiona McMahon has been caught in the lane too long. Shayna Yalda returns for North Park, who's the leading scorer presently for the Vikings with only 3 points. North Park just 4 of 18 in the ball game to this juncture. Williams stepping in from 10, off the window and good. 16-11. Jordan Maisto with the ball in her left hand, backs up against Williams, feeds Merklin, open for 3, long. Williams underneath, able to secure the rebound over McMahon. Williams charted one towards Yalda. Vaughn went for the steal. Yalda in the corner has to ease it up, trying to work her way around. Ney will throw it up short. And Jordan Maisto steps in on the defensive glass. 8.5 to play. Elmhurst up 5. They've led by as many as 7 and have led throughout this first half. Entry pass towards McMahon is denied. A nice frontal defense from Roxanne Jones. Yalda will sling it towards Peterson in the post. Peterson spinning. Here's Jones stepping left off the glass and good. 3-point game. 16-13, timeout Elmhurst. A full one and will break as well with 7:57 to play in the first. Elmhurst up 3, 16-13. This is Elmhurst College. First half of play in Elmhurst. It's the CCIW opener for both Elmhurst and North Park. Elmhurst leading 16-13. Quick check on the other scores. Illinois Wesleyan on top of Wheaton 33-31. That's already in the second half. Milliken leads at home over Augustana 19-12. And it's Carthage up by 10 at North Central 24-14. Shot clock is half gone for Devin Vaughn, who tried to dribble her way in against Coleman, who couldn't give but was moving in the process. And Antoinette Coleman has whistled for foul number 2. Vaughn Maisto, also in for Elmhurst, Megan Fitz, who will shoot an air ball in the right corner. Fitz out of Byron, providing some depth here for Elmhurst early in the ball game, plus Megan Ney and Megan Merklin. It is Yalda, Peterson, Acree, Jones, Antoinette Coleman for North Park. Jones in the lane, kind of a step-back move over the top of Merklin, and we've got a 1-point game at 16-15. Once saw a move called a reverse pivot. It was just a simple step back for Jones in the lane. Now North Park is back in the zone. A pressing, trapping 2-3, and Sarah Peterson will come up with a steal. Coleman with a chance to put North Park in front. Back out to Peterson. Her 3 is no good off the back iron. And there was nobody there to help out on the glass for the Vikings. Maisto will now take her time with Elmhurst up 1. Fitz in front of the North Park bench towards Vaughn in the corner. She'll attempt the 3. Good. We've talked a lot about the freshmen today in Fiona McMahon and Tess Godhart. How about the improvement in the sophomore Devin Vaughn? A reason why Elmhurst sits 9-2 entering their conference opener here today. Coleman will toss it towards Jones, whose 17-footer attempt to bank home and twist it away. Elmhurst up 4. Fitz is all alone on the baseline, short. Megan Ney was careful to make sure she was not called for over the back. Under 6 minutes to play in the half. Acree angling left, flipping over to Peterson on the baseline and hitting. Timeout, North Park, 30-second timeout. Dana Christensen returns for the Vikings. That timeout may have been just as much about making sure that Christensen is able to enter the game as anything else. 2-point game, 19-17, Elmhurst in front. Elmhurst shooting 35% of the contest, 7 of 20. North Park is 8 of 25, 32%. Blue Jays right now only 1 of 5 from three-point range, with that one make coming moments ago from Devin Vaughn. Vaughn with 5 points and 3 assists for Elmhurst. Megan Merklin with 6 points for the Blue Jays presently. Starting 5 in for North Park. Starters -1 for Elmhurst, the one being Megan Fitz. 5.5 to play in the first. It's Maisto with a lot of real estate, skipping underneath for Fitz. Nope, off the glass. Fitz, though, tries to keep it alive and does. Maisto, left uncontested from 18 is good. Jordan Maisto with her first points of the ball game from the field. Hit a couple of free throws early on as well. Sophomore out of St. Charles, another much improved sophomore and a ball handler for the Blue Jays. North Park trying to feed Jones. Pivots out towards Acree with a shot at 8. Now it's Yalda with a spot up 3, good. Shayna Yalda hits her second three-pointer and a turnover. Sarah Peterson able to convert on the bucket. And just like that, North Park takes the lead at 22-21. Merklin scores over the top of Jones. We talked about the pace of the ball game and how important it would be. Well, it's starting to change a little bit. Here's Peterson with a quick jumper in transition, no good. Megan Ney comes away. Now it's Devin Vaughn pushing over towards Merklin, who threw it away. 4 minutes to play. Spotting up is Christensen, long from 18. And the rebound is in the arms of Maisto. 3:50 to play first half. Elmhurst by 1. Maisto will flip it over to Vaughn, who's open. 16 is long off the back iron. Yalda the board. 3-on-2. Yalda looks up, skips it towards Peterson in the block. No good. Good defense by Merklin, but Peterson comes in and ties up Merklin. Jump ball to North Park. I'll say one thing for Amanda Reese's group here in the first half. They have not gone away, and they are playing hard consistently. Never giving up on plays. Fiona McMahon will enter for Elmhurst. Likewise for Adriana Brown. Brown is a freshman out of Peoria, Arizona. She's kind of been the third point guard used for the Blue Jays, as Devin Vaughn will have a breather. Heimsath is in for North Park and setting a screen. Heimsath now posting, has it over the top of Ney. Nope, but a foul. And Becca Heimsath out of Batavia, Illinois, will step to the free throw line. North Park as a team, 70% from the free throw line. This is their first visit tonight. The 70% free throw percentage, good for 4th in the CCIW, as Heimsath's free throw is no good. The first visit to the line for Heimsath this year. who's appeared in all 11 ball games, making one start for North Park, averaging a touch over 8 minutes per game. Heimsath splits the pair, and we are even at 23 apiece with 3:15 left in the half. Maisto around the ring towards Brown. Up high in the lane, flipping back towards Brown and into the North Park bench. Devin Vaughn will return for the Blue Jays. Megan Merklin exits. 3 minutes left. Ball was in the hands of Acree. 5'5" sophomore. Nice move. Against a double team, though, is stood up. Jump ball called, and the arrow resides with Elmhurst. Brown flanked. Will utilize a screen from Stephanie Mitchell. Now it's Maisto skipping cross court towards Brown. Dribbles in, nearly travels, feeds McMahon, who lost it there. 2:25 to go. Yalda had it off her foot. Acree recovers, feeds Heimsath in the corner and hits. Becca Heimsath came into the contest averaging just over a point per ball game, having a big first half for North Park with 5. Devin Vaughn, meanwhile, with a 3. It is short. And Yalda in position for the board. Under 2 minutes to play in the half. North Park up a pair. Yalda with her foot on the line. Rims around, and Fiona McMahon will clean up underneath. Elmhurst up 5 on the glass presently. McMahon with a shot fake. Hesitates and then missed on her 16-footer. Followed the shot enough, though, to create a little bit of a disturbance for North Park, knocking the ball out of play. 1:35 in the opening 20. North Park up 2. Acree will skip over towards Christensen, and an air ball on the three-pointer. Perhaps an ill-advised 3 for North Park. Devin Vaughn will ease it ahead into the half-court set. Vaughn tries by herself, wouldn't go, but will draw the foul on Yalda. First foul on Yalda. 2 shots upcoming for Devin Vaughn. Vaughn on the season, a 71% shooter from the line. Second on the Blue Jays roster. Trailing only Megan Merklin, but the first free throw is no good. Devin Vaughn out of West Aurora High School. Played in all 25 ball games last year, started 4. Season high was 13 points in a 72-71 victory over California Lutheran. It was her career high up until Friday's loss to Loris when she netted 22. Under a minute, North Park up 1. Heimsath, baseline right is good. 27-24. McMahon looking for Mitchell, and the defense there from Dima Thompson to knock it away. 3-point North Park margin. It's the largest of the half for the visiting Vikings. Vaughn will trigger it in. The last moment is able to spot Maisto, and now Vaughn will poke out and target Mitchell in the post. Heimsath was there defensively. Shot clock is at 10. Maisto on the take, strong to the basket. Rebound punched out by McMahon towards Acree, and the shot clock is off. Amanda Reese with index finger in the air saying 1 shot. North Park will hold with 15 seconds to play in the half, up 3. Acree skips it over towards Gray. Now it's Williams, back to Acree. Shot clock is at 5. A little bit out of the reach of Gray. Gray has to hurry. Fakes right, comes back left, and hits. Score it at the buzzer. Oh, my goodness. That kind of a half for Elmhurst. Gray lost the basketball, had to recover, didn't get off a very good look before the half, but it still fell. And North Park is up 5 at the intermission, 29-24. Halftime in Elmhurst. We'll have the stats coming your way and more in a bit. This is Elmhurst College basketball on Blue Jay TV. It's halftime in Elmhurst. North Park leading Elmhurst 29-24 in the opener of CCIW play here during this 2012 campaign. So glad to have you alongside. Tim Calderwood with you. Let's take a look at the other scores around the CCIW presently. With just over 10 minutes to play in the second half, Illinois Wesleyan leading Wheaton by 14, 51-37. It is Milliken up 10 over Augustana at the half, 28-18. And Carthage leading by 11 at North Central, 36-25. Here it is North Park up 5, 29-24, their largest lead of the contest. A couple of stats jump off the page. Number 1, bench points. 13 for North Park, only 2 for Elmhurst. Points off of turnovers, 9 for North Park, only 2 for Elmhurst. Why such a big disparity? North Park, just 4 first half turnovers. Elmhurst with 10. Elmhurst was only 1 of 6 from three-point range, 16.7%, and shot 33% overall, 9 of 27. North Park 13 of 35, 37%, and 2 of 4 from the land of 3. Elmhurst out-rebounded North Park 22-18 in the contest, which featured 1 tie and 7 lead changes. Leading scorer in the game, Megan Merklin with 8 points for Elmhurst. Becca Heimsath with 7 off the bench for North Park. Shayna Yalda contributing 6 for the Vikings. Elmhurst receiving 6 from Devin Vaughn. It'll be North Park with the basketball as we open play here in the second half. Elmhurst has yet to lose back-to-back games this year. Only 2 losses on the season. They won 4 in a row before losing here at home to Wisconsin-Stevens Point. Then won 5 straight before a home loss to Loris on Friday. Jones with a long J. Out of bounds, last touched by North Park. It is Elmhurst basketball. For North Park, it is the starting 5 on the floor. Shayna Yalva, Dana Christensen, Sarah Peterson, Kamoria Acree, and Roxanne Jones. For Elmhurst, the starting 5 as well. Megan Ney, Devin Vaughn, Tess Godhart, Jordan Maisto, and Megan Merklin, who fails to bring in the rebound. Tess Godhart limited in the first half, picking up 2 quick fouls. Godhart, who has been a very big catalyst for this Elmhurst squad, played only 4 minutes in the first 20. North Park right away trying to build off of the lead. Acree a little too strong, but Jones will have a second chance. Jones works her way around Ney and scores. 31-24. 1 minute into the second half. Elmhurst has some work cut out for him here tonight. Trying to avoid their second consecutive loss to North Park, who scored a 25-point win over Elmhurst last year in Chicago in the last meeting back on February 12th. Vaughn for 3. Good way to start the second half. Devin Vaughn with a big 3-pointer. She owns 9 points for Elmhurst in the contest. A couple of threes to her credit. North Park pretty complacent on offense. Acree will finally start to move. Bouncing in the block for Jones, who is fouled. Free throws coming for Roxanne Jones out of Chicago, Illinois. Roxanne Jones transferred to North Park from Wilbur Wright Community College, where she was the MVP of the team and an NJCAA All-American, averaging 25 points and 10 rebounds during her sophomore campaign. manages to split the pair in this her second season at North Park. 5-point game, 32-27. Godhart wants the basketball. Jones denying. Shot clock is half gone, and Devin Vaughn walks. Turnovers were a big problem for Elmhurst in the first half. That is the 11th of the game. Shayna Yalda will take her time up the floor. Elmhurst with 4 timeouts remaining. North Park with 5. Blue Jays used 2 and North Park 1 in the opening 20 minutes of play. Christensen shovels over towards Peterson into the corner for Yalda. And now it's Jones, up and under move, blocked by Ney, and Jones was out of bounds when she last contacted the ball. Again, this is the first of 2 today. We will have the men's contest coming at 7:30, the CCIW opener for both Elmhurst and North Park. Godhart denied. Christensen read the eyes of Merklin and stepped in front. Remains a 5-point lead for the visiting Vikings. Christensen denied on her drive attempt. And around the arc we go. Yalda comes back to her left. North Park in the navy blue unis. Elmhurst in the sky blue. Shot clock is at 5 for Christensen, who needs to hurry. Throws it up to beat the clock and banks it in. Oh my goodness. Potential turning point. Dana Christensen's first points of the ball game. Banking home a 3-pointer as the shot clock expires, and North Park leads by 8. Biggest lead of the game. The Vikings in the zone look. Elmhurst trying to work it inside. Merklin denied by Jones. It was a one-and-done trip for the Blue Jays. Peterson will move towards the baseline. Shy of the paint, throws up the 7-footer. It's an air ball, and Megan Ney cleans up. Now Maisto will throw it away. Peterson the steal. Quick outlet towards Christensen, 2-on-2. Pulling up left edge and hitting from 16. Timeout Elmhurst. 16:04 to play. 10-point lead for North Park. 37-27. This is Elmhurst College basketball. Point lead for North Park to open the second half. 37-27. My goodness. North Park with an 8-3 run to start. As Elmhurst taking a timeout in search of answers. And that is not the way to do it. Acree with a denial. Elmhurst able to save possession. Entry pass towards Godhart. Now Jones will fall on top. And a foul going the other way. It's on Devin Vaughn. That's the first on Vaughn. Technic Carrillo up off of the bench, not liking what she sees. Christensen patient. Out comes Acree. Denied on the drive. Jones working against McMahon and a push. First foul on Fiona McMahon. Yalda overshoots Christensen in the post. Melanie Schwartman will appear for the first time. Freshman out of Lake in the Hills, Illinois. Almost 5 minutes into the second. Elmhurst with only one bucket. Tess Godhart lobbing towards McMahon, and again it's Jones on a denial defense. Jones has been so solid defensively in the post for North Park, consistently denying the entry feed, whether it be to McMahon, whether it be to Godhart, McMahon, Nay, or Merklin as well, and a hold is called. Melanie Schwartman with the foul, her first. Number 4 on Elmhurst. Becca Heimsath returns. Leading scorer for North Park in the first half. 14:52 to play in the game. North Park up 10. Yalda, one dribble to her left. Heimsath wasn't really ready, but ends up with it anyhow. Yalda crossing over, driving lane over the top of Schwartman, no. Heimsath will tap at the rebound. It's corralled by Maisto. Outlets towards Schwartman. Blue Jays running the offense here, and it's taken away. Thompson just rips it out of the grasp of Merklin and goes coast to coast for the layup. Yowzers. 39-27, North Park by 12. Again, only 3 points for Elmhurst in the first 5+ minutes. Merklin down the center of the lane, scores. Good take for Megan Merklin, the second leading scorer in the CCIW during non-conference play. Records her first bucket of the second half and is now in double figures with 10. Acree lost the basketball. Maisto in the challenge. Acree recovers in the corner. Shot clock at 10. Christensen over towards Yalda. She'll try the three, in and out. Yalda hit a couple of threes in the first half and over the back on the rebound. Thompson climbing over the top for the foul. Bridget Gray, Dominique Williams appearing for the first time here in the second half for North Park. They'll join Acree, Heimsath, and Thompson on the floor. It's Maisto, McMahon, Merklin, Godhart, and now in for Elmhurst, Haley Rowe. Rowe with a high socks. Backs it up and feeds Godhart in the corner. Now it's Merklin with a shot fake into the lane and is fouled. Megan Merklin may need to take over for Elmhurst here in the second half. Merklin in her 4th season here with the Blue Jays. Hits the free throw, trying to close out her career on a high note. 3rd team All-CCIW as a sophomore, 2nd team last year. Became a starter midway through her freshman season and has held on to that role ever since. She'll stop the run, 39-31, a dozen for Merklin. Gray denied by Vaughn on the drive, who sets the screen for Williams. Now it's Acree with 18 to work with, rolling right. Gray looking up over towards Williams. North Park just continuing to twist around the arc. Acree in the lane, up and under move, no good. Follows it up though. Kamaria Acree out of Carbondale. And a foul as Devin Vaughn just tried to work her way around Williams. Annie Shane enters for the Vikings. 12:38 to play. North Park up 10, 41-31. Elmhurst needs to find a way to go on a run. Really, North Park is beating the Blue Jays at their own game today. Vikings came into the contest only scoring 63.5 points per ball game. Well on their way to that number. Merklin fakes the shot. Rolls towards the corner, and Godhard is stood up. Jump ball called. And Elmhurst will retain with 9 on the shot. Again, a men's matchup following this one. Godhard targeting Merklin, knocked away, and it's scooped up by Thompson. Shane in and out. Merklin wrestling for the rebound. 12 minutes to play. McMahon in the lane, off the glass, no. Fighting for the rebound, Rowe. And it's Heimsath who comes away. 11:45 to play. Bridget Gray outside the lane. Feeds Thompson, who uses the glass. 12-point North Park lead, 43-31. Devin Vaughn towards Godhard on the baseline. Godhard's J is no good. Rebound is off of Annie Shane. It'll stay with North Park. Sarah Peterson returning for the Vikings. Megan Merklin inbounding. Fresh 30 for the Blue Jays. Merklin posting over the top of Peterson. No. Rowe did her best coming in and couldn't control. So it remains a 12-point North Park edge. Vikings spreading the floor. Elmhurst trying a different look defensively, switching to the zone as well. Just daring North Park to beat him from the outside. Shane cannot. Rebound to Vaughn. Lost it. Williams the steal. Her finish won't go. And now it's Vaughn coming away. Vaughn towards McMahon outside the paint. No good. Ball's on the floor. Jump ball. Arrow to North Park. Well, in the second half, it's pretty much been a one and done for Elmhurst on the offensive end. Shots haven't been falling, and they have not been able to record second opportunities either. They continue to show zone. Godhard with her hands in the lane, ties up Peterson. A lot of jump balls here early in the second half. Godhard will receive credit for the steal with 10:15 to go. Elmhurst down a dozen. North Park with a zone as well. Godhard working against it at the midway point of the half. McMahon over the top of Heimsath, too strong. Rebound is volleyballed around, and McMahon will give Elmhurst a second chance. Rowe bothered by Gray, who commits the foul. Second foul on Bridget Gray, fourth against North Park. Returning is Roxanne Jones. Rowe over towards Vaughn, and a whistle underneath the basket. Annie Shane with the foul. That is her first. Returning is Yalda for North Park. Jones again in the post, denial defense. And a travel on the hesitation from Shane. Jordan Maisto back for Elmhurst. She'll replace Merklin. Maisto has it swatted away by Williams. Tenacious D, and I don't mean the band featuring Jack Black, for North Park. Devin Vaughn around Shane will take it to the rack and score. Big time for a basket. Neither team had scored in a while. See if Elmhurst can come up with a stop on the defensive end. In the zone, we've got a kick.
Keep going, Dev.
Yalda looking up. Peterson cuts towards the basket. Yalda uncontested down the center of the lane. Slings it over towards Jones, who is fouled. Foul charge to Haley Rowe, her first. Rowe, the sophomore out of Colorado Springs. Extended PT for the Blue Jays here in the second half after not appearing in the first. Yalda for three. No good. McMahon lost the rebound, but it ends up in the arms of Maisto. Maisto will hustle ahead. 8:35 to play. Big offensive possession here for Elmhurst. A chance to whittle it under double digits. Wide open is Godhart. Vaughn to Godhart. The connection works. 8-point game. And an offensive foul is called. Another stop for the Blue Jays. Roxanne Jones. And a timeout for North Park. Full timeout taken by the Vikings with 8:13 to play. Momentum starting to swing, but it's still North Park in front, 43-35. This is Elmhurst College basketball. On the opening night of play in the CCIW, North Park leads Elmhurst 43-35 with 8:13 to play. Other scores, Illinois Wesleyan has defeated Wheaton 70-55. Milliken up by 9 at home against Augustana 40-31. And Carthage pouring it on in the second half. Their double-digit lead has now stretched into the 20s at 57-34. Elmhurst with the ball. Big possession upcoming here for the Blue Jays on offense. The defense has stepped up of late. But they need to start turning it into points. Maisto passes on an open look against the zone. Shot clock is under 10. Godhart from 17, no good. Devin Vaughn rips away the rebound. Vaughn tried to get the and one as Christensen climbed over the top. That is the 7th foul, which means it's bonus time for Elmhurst. And Devin Vaughn is making her way to the free throw line. Vaughn with 11 points in the ball game for the Blue Jays today. Elmhurst was very solid from the stripe in the first half. This is their first visit here in the second. Vaughn, good. 7:45 to play. One more coming here for Vaughn. And it's just like the first. 7 Vaughn scores. 13 points for Vaughn in the ball game. And Elmhurst is down 6. The zone defense has confused North Park. They have not been attacking against the zone. Trying backdoor though here for Jones, who somehow found a wide open seam. North Park stops the run. Now here's Maisto from the elbow, no good. Peterson for 3. Long, but an offensive rebound for Jones. Her second chance is short. And Megan Ney converts. Devin Vaughn angling around the arc. Rowe will try the 3. You betcha! Haley Rowe, extended playing time off the bench, and we've got a game. Elmhurst from down double digits has pulled within 5 and forced the turnover, but a foul is called as the turnover happens. Yowzers. Jordan Maisto pleading the case. It was on Devin Vaughn. That is the second on Vaughn. Haley Rowe will exit to a nice round of applause from the Elmhurst faithful. 6 fouls on Elmhurst as Peterson dribbles in, picks up her dribble, tries the scoop move, and followed the shot before walking. Turnover. Peterson with a steal. Peterson denied by Maisto, but in the process caught a piece of the arm. Peterson is slow to get up underneath the bucket. First foul on Jordan Maisto, and Sarah Peterson will have a few moments to regroup. Peterson has started every game for the Vikings this year. 4 of the starting 5 have remained consistent for Amanda Reese throughout the non-conference portion. Peterson at 58% from the line, 14 of 24 this year. The junior has one more free throw, and it's in. Peterson will head to the bench with North Park up 7, 6:19 remaining. Williams replaces her, bothering Vaughn, who will take all the way. Devin Vaughn, oh baby! 6:05 remaining. Devin Vaughn with the explosiveness. Blowing past Williams for the bucket. 5:55 remaining. Again, a men's matchup scheduled for 7:30 tonight. Jones, free throw line extended. Back around the arc towards Yalda. Yalda with 5 on the shot. Down to Jones over the top of Ney. No good. Acree is there underneath. Second opportunity won't go either. And a foul on the rebound against North Park. Maria Acree with the foul. It is the 8th on North Park, and Elmhurst will have a chance down 5 to pull even closer here in the second half. They have trailed throughout the second, but have turned it up a notch on defense thanks to a switch to the zone. As Ney's free throw is well short. And North Park will again use the chance to milk some clock. Gray taking her time. Gray pushing right. Merklin stepped in front but couldn't hang on. Eight seconds to shoot for North Park. Williams over towards Christensen, who travels. Big turnover. Again, a chance for the Blue Jays. And a lot of time left in the game. Maisto back towards Merklin. Ney in the lane, over the top of Jones, and one! Big bucket for Megan Ney, who's been silent offensively today. But Megan Ney has a chance to pull Elmhurst within 2 points. Megan Ney with only 4 points, make it 5, and a big one. 47-45. North Park has gone silent offensively in a timeout. 2-point game with 4:49 to play as we break. This is Elmhurst College basketball on Blue Jay TV. North Park with only 4 points and 1 field goal in the last 7 minutes. With 11:36 to play in the game, North Park was up 43-31. From that point on, it has been a 16-4 run for Elmhurst, who has pulled to within 2. Acree fails to score, and Acree followed it up and heads to the line. Elmhurst feeling the heat perhaps here at home from North Park, who last year finished 9-16 in the CCIW, a 3-11 mark overall. Acree's free throw is good. They won 5 games in the first year under Amanda Reese, claimed 9 victories last year, already owned 6 wins this season. Looking to open CCIW play on a strong note, and Acree missed the second. 3-point game, 48-45. 4.5 remaining. Vaughn around a screen from Godhart, takes to the rack and is fouled. 2 shots for Devin Vaughn. 15 points for Vaughn in the ball game. Vaughn led Elmhurst on Friday in the loss to Loris with 22. She's 3 of 4 from the line today. Free throw is good. 15 points, 4 rebounds, 6 assists for Devin Vaughn. To bring Elmhurst within 1. Does. 48-47 and still a lot of time remaining. Head up for Bridget Gray. Struggling against the zone as North Park has throughout the later portions of this second half. Christensen with a shot clock down to 5. Here's Peterson, long 3. Megan Merklin, a great box out on Peterson. Peterson is all over Merklin defensively and nearly forced the turnover. Elmhurst looking for the lead. Ney is fouled and heads to the line. Elmhurst has not led since the Blue Jays were up 23-22 with 4:28 to play in the first. Under 4 minutes here in the second. They won't lead either as Megan Ney's free throw attempt rims away. But Ney will have another for the Blue Jays to even things up. And this is no good either. A couple of big misses for Ney. Christensen left unguarded. Three-pointer, no. Merklin the board. Merklin has kind of taken a backseat to Devin Vaughn offensively here of late as Vaughn looks to drive. Clears it out towards Merklin again. In the lane, Ney is fouled once more. As I'm talking about that, Megan Merklin has really stepped up on the defensive glass for Elmhurst here as well. Elmhurst currently +8 on the glass, 40-32. Megan Ney's free throw, no good. Ney 0 for 3 at the line. Roxanne Jones returns for North Park. Again, trying to even up the ball game. And does. Tied up, 48 apiece. Megan Merklin, 11 rebounds for Elmhurst, just to piggyback off the point from moments ago. Williams over the top of Ney, air ball. Devin Vaughn brings in the board with under 3 to play. It's Maisto handling the point currently. Ney posting, wants the ball, couldn't handle, but Merklin was there. She'll step back, 3 for the lead, no. Offensive rebound, Godhart, underneath, contact. Tess Godhart trying to put Elmhurst in front for the first time since over 4 minutes were left in the opening 20. 48 apiece, Godhart at the line. 66% shooter this year, 16 of 24. Godhart's free throw, no good. Boy, in a close ball game, free throws down the stretch are so huge. Second one is perfect, though, for Godhart. And it's Elmhurst back in front, 49-48. Gray dancing right, bouncing towards Williams in the corner, who is surrounded. Locates Peterson, dribbling in and hitting from 17. Peterson, the mid-range jumper, puts North Park back in front. 50-49. We had 7 lead changes in the first half. Godhart prancing. Godhart on the move. Baseline left. Locates Ney. Around Jones. Ney to the rack. 51-50. 8 points for Ney in the ball game. We're under 2 minutes. Williams nearly carries. Acree using baseline. Will draw the block. Free throws upcoming for Camoria Acree. Third foul on Megan Ney. Acree split free throws moments ago. North Park at the line is 5 of 8. Elmhurst 14 of 20 from the line in the game so far. Just a 1-and-1 situation. Acree took her time and is able to knot the score. 51 aside. One more for Acree. No good. Godhart controls. 1:35 remaining. Maisto waits. Elmhurst being patient here on offense. Feeds in the block for Merklin. Score it and a foul! It'll draw the crowd to their feet here at R.A. Fagottle Hall. Sarah Peterson the foul. Her second, Megan Merklin looking for more. To make it a 3-point game, yes. Timeout Elmhurst. 54-51, a 1:26 to play. The Blue Jays are back in front. This is Elmhurst College basketball on Blue Jay TV. Elmhurst has rallied from down 12 in the second half at home here in the CCIW opener. The Blue Jays lead North Park 54-51, trying to collect victory number 10 on the season. Dominique Williams is fouled. A push will place Williams at the line. Each team now in the double bonus. Jordan Maisto with the foul, number 2 on her. And free throws for Williams. 5 of 7 at the line this year. Dominique Williams out of Zion, Illinois. Good on attempt number 1. Attended Blackburn College last year. Converts on both free throws. And we have a 1-point game at 54-53. Closing in on 1 minute to go. Maisto with the crisscross dribble. And Godhart threw it away out of the reach of Merklin. 59 seconds left, a big possession for both teams. Gray will await for the ball to roll to her feet. Scoops it up. Starts to work against the Elmhurst zone. In the middle, Acree. Lost the basketball, threw it away. Vaughn the steal. Elmhurst will try to run it down. Up a point. And a 30-second timeout for Elmhurst. Tethny Carrillo will talk things over with the Blue Jays, who lead by a point at 54-53 as we zoom in on the huddle. North Park is in a situation where they have enough time to not foul. Even if Elmhurst scores, it will remain a one-possession game for North Park. The Vikings in the ball game have hit on 3 3-pointers. Majority of those coming in the first half. Blue Jays break the huddle. Again, a men's matchup scheduled for a 7:30 start here on Blue Jay TV as well. CCIW opener for Elmhurst and North Park on the men's side tonight as well. Jordan Maisto feeds Devin Vaughn. Shot clock is at 10. Maisto towards Godhard. It's knocked away. Jones comes up with the steal. And now North Park can hold for one. Will Amanda Reese take a timeout? She does have 3 at her disposal, and with 12 4/10 a timeout for North Park, it's a full one. Amanda Reese will try to draw up a winner. 54-53, Elmhurst in front with time winding down. The third-year head coach of North Park upended Elmhurst last year, one of only 3 CCIW victories for the Vikings. Saw a 4-game win streak end on Friday with a 65-49 loss to the University of Chicago. It's definitely not a bad loss. Chicago been in the top 5 in women's basketball this year. Game reset. Possession arrow is with North Park. Both teams are in the double bonus. 12 4/10 to play. Elmhurst up a point. It was a big defensive stop for North Park moments ago. A basket now can win the game instead of needing a 3 to potentially tie. Peterson is the inbounder. Locates Jones. Down to 10 seconds. Acree, baseline left, over the top of Ney. No, Ney the rebound and wrapped up with 3.8. Megan Ney can't win the game at the line for Elmhurst, but she can certainly make it awful tough here for North Park with 3.8 to play. Megan Ney stepping to the line, 8 points in the ball game. She has struggled for Elmhurst from the free throw line in the game. Only 2 of 6. Hits the first. 8 points, 8 rebounds for Ney. One more upcoming. And it's in. 56-53, timeout North Park. 3.8 to go. North Park needs a 3 to force OT. We'll have the finish in moments. This is Blue Jay TV. .8 remaining. Williams to inbound for North Park, who needs a 3 to tie. Into Gray. Gray to half court. Skips to Acree, who cannot get off a shot. The game is over. Elmhurst rallies from down double digits in the second half to open CCIW play with a hard-fought 56-53 victory over North Park. The Blue Jays improved to 10-2 on the year, while dropping North Park to 500 at 6-6. A solid showing for the Blue Jays at home in this one as Elmhurst collects the victory. Leading scorer Devin Vaughn, 17 points. Megan Merklin, 15 and 11. Megan Ney in double digits as well with 10 points and 9 boards. Elmhurst picks up CCIW victory number 1. The Blue Jays will welcome Wheaton College here to R.A. Faginal Hall on Saturday a 5:30 start and a matchup that you can see live right here on Blue Jay TV. In the meantime, we will step aside. Men's matchup comes your way at 7:30. Elmhurst and North Park on the men's side as the women record a victory to open the CCIW portion of the schedule. They'll be back at home again on Saturday to put the finishing touches on a long 7-game homestand for the Blue Jays. 56-53 the final score here tonight. For our entire broadcast crew, cameraman Phil, producer-director Glenn, and the rest of us here on Blue Jay TV, I'm Tim Calderwood. Thanks for watching. Men's matchup is next on Blue Jay TV.